So following the confirmation of all 4 quarterfinal ties on Tuesday, we have come to learn that it is in fact the nation of Morocco and not Japan who are the surprise package of this insane World Cup. And you know what? I could not be happier for them. What a story. But I do think it's the end of the road now. And yes, that's regardless of whether Ronaldo starts or not. Which, as you'll know by now, for me, he most certainly should. And here's why. Okay, first of all, let's quickly address something. Ronaldo did not get benched against Switzerland because of A, his reaction during the Korea game, or B, his quote-unquote performances. Look, as far as I'm concerned, the first claim is just lazy journalists coming to the most likely conclusion without actually doing their research. Be ashamed, all of you. While the second is simply an insulting insinuation incised and internally invented by an inglorious, inauspicious, incompetent and incessantly inaccurate inbred with an invested interest in intending to increase his interactions on the internet by intently but indirectly inviting and inciting some instinctively intense and inevitably instant infuriation. Hate that it's working. But no, it wasn't because of his performances so far. He was average against Ghana and good against Uruguay, both games which Portugal won, and both games he either scored or played a hair in one of the goals. And while that doesn't exactly light the world on fire, it certainly doesn't warrant the team captain being dropped. Besides, if it was performance, Andre Silva would have been the like-for-like change. Not a 21-year-old relatively unknown striker of completely different profile. Like, fucking hell. Use your brain for once. So yeah, ignoring Carragher's attempts to gain Ronaldo's attention since he didn't even get a mention in the Piers Morgan interview despite trying so much harder than everyone else. This guy actually has children, ladies and gentlemen. The decision to bench Ronaldo was very tactical indeed. A tactic that was planned from way beforehand, might I add. Cause I'm sorry, but the performance you saw from Portugal on Tuesday doesn't just magically happen because the greatest ever player happened to tell a South Korean to shut up. Anyone with a smear of vision and an ounce of brain would know that it was very obvious from all the clockwork-like and smoothly executed patterns of play that the plan to bring in a younger and more mobile frontman against a certain kind of opposition was always in the coach's mind. And boy oh boy, did it work. Man's banged in as many World Cup hat-tricks and 3 times as many knockout goals in 70 minutes as these two have in 10 tournaments combined. Whew, take a bow. Whoever you are. Unfortunately though, as refreshing as it was, this will not work against Morocco, because you see, Switzerland were a defensively leaky team with a high line, perfect for a young, pacey and energetic forward. On the other hand, Morocco are a solid, organised team with a low block who look to do you in on the counter. So in all honesty, there's no point in neither focusing too much on the collective press or starting a player of Gonzalo Ramos's profile up front on his own. If you do, you'll find yourself right in Moroccan territory, or as some of you may know it as, Edgware Road. These guys are masters in soaking up all the pressure and breaking on you with speed and surprising efficiency. So instead, if you were to break them down, you'll either need to use the width of the pitch to spread the game and get crosses in the box, wink, or have a front man dropping deep to force the centre backs higher up so you can release runners in behind, wink wink. In other words, the one leading the line will need intelligence over speed and aerial ability over energy. Wink, wink, wink. And one more wink to make it 7, cause yes indeed, welcome back CR7. Now of course, dropping someone who repaid your faith with a hat-trick for a World Cup quarter-final would be a gutsy call for even Pep Guardiola, let alone the love child of Ompuri and Gordon Brown. But considering who it is that'll be stepping in, other than the little mama's boys who've been told his arrogance is a bad influence on society, I don't think the rest of us would mind. As for the predictions, if I had to, this game will either be a 2-goal margin win for Portugal, or if the Moroccan legs eventually give away following the 2 hours on Tuesday, and if Portugal are still feeding off the same energy, another Swiss-like thrashing. In any event, sorry to say haters, but you will not see the last of CR7 in Qatar on Saturday. So either embrace it, enjoy it, or ignore it, i.e., in one way or another, learn to deal with it. Also, stop spreading this whole shit. And that is that. Agree or disagree beats indifference. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And of course, subscribe. Till next time, you keep rolling.